Oh, good. Good.
And a new fire station.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the Hartford Common Council. If you would all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did you find your name tag?
Roll call, Shanna?
The mayor and all alderpersons are present except Alderperson Savage, who is absent and excused.
Thank you. Item 4 on the agenda, unanimous consent agenda.
Move for approval?
We have a
Second.
motion and a second. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Wilk, approving the Common Council minutes of September 9th, 2025.
Any further comment by council? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. And that passes. And item 5, communications. Shanna?
So for those of you that don't know, Alderperson Wilk has announced that she will be moving out of her district. So now we have a vacancy, or we will, in the 1st District. So I'm going to read the notice. Attention, citizens of the 1st Aldermanic District of the City of Hartford, filling a vacant position of alderperson. The Hartford Common Council seeks candidates for the vacant position of alderperson in the 1st District of the City of Hartford. The successful candidate will be appointed at the Common Council meeting on October 14th, 2025, and will serve until the April 2028 spring election. All interested candidates must submit a resume along with an explanation of why they are interested in becoming an alderperson. These should be submitted to the city clerk, 109 North Main Street, Hartford, Wisconsin, and must be received prior to 3 p.m. Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Proof of residency in the 1st Aldermanic District must also be provided. Candidates are strongly encouraged to submit their resumes to the city clerk as soon as possible. Resumes will be distributed to the Common Council in advance of the October 14th meeting. Resumes then become public record of the City of Hartford. Candidates must then appear at the October 14th, 2025 Common Council meeting, 7 p.m. in the council chambers, lower level of City Hall. Each candidate will be granted 3 minutes to address the Common Council. Alderpersons will be given an opportunity to interview each candidate. A public vote by the Common Council will be conducted after the interviews are completed. The candidate selected will be immediately sworn in and will assume the position of alderperson for the 1st District for the remainder of the meeting.
Thanks, Shanna. And then the second item under communications, the transient merchant licenses for Sunburn Construction doing business as Everlight Solar.
Yep. So they're up for renewal now. It's been about a year since we've seen them, and they're going to be appearing via Zoom. They're going to be trying to sell solar panels. So if you have any questions, they should be showing up.
We can't see them. Are you seeing them
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
They're
little
trying to dial them
screen.
in.
It's a box, but
We got a box.
Something's happening.
If it's the strike zone, it's right down the middle.
Can you guys all hear me okay?
There you go.
we can hear.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So my name is Wade. I'm our sales development manager for Everlight Solar. And essentially what we do is we'll knock on doors for homeowners, and the guys who are knocking on doors, all they do is schedule an appointment for the homeowner to sit down with an energy consultant who will go through their custom solar design for their home, answer their questions. And that's a no-cost consultation. And then if homeowners want to move forward with getting solar installed, then they have that opportunity meeting with the energy consultant. But as far as the guys knocking on doors, we'll give them the basic information, but everything that we do is custom to the home, and that's why they schedule those appointments for folks. So that's a quick, just synopsis of essentially what we'll be doing in the city.
Great. Thanks, Wade.
Does
Shanna?
anybody have questions? Okay. So Wade, your transient merchant licenses will be available tomorrow afternoon, okay, for pickup in the clerk's office?
Okay, that sounds perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, item 6 on the agenda is appearances and citizen comments. Anyone wishing to appear? All right, if you could state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Tom Pegachek. I live at 669 Yellowstone Drive. I just wanted to alert this body that I am going to be submitting my letter of intent to fill the vacant position in the 1st District. And I look forward to the vetting process. And I ask you now at least to start considering the appointment. Thank you for your time.
Super. Thanks, Tom. Anyone else wishing to appear? Again, state your name and address.
My name is John Andish. I live at 1742 Falcon Drive. I am the current president of the Hartford Bell. My intention tonight was to thank the city for all the help they've given us over the last few years for all of our events.
Super. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to appear? Last call. Anyone wishing to appear? All right. 7th item on the agenda is the mayor's report. First, I'd like to thank Alderperson Wilk for her serving on the Common Council. Her time's been short, but I would like to think that it was beneficial on both our parts. So thanks again, Erin. Next, I'd like to extend my thanks and appreciation to the Hartford Fire Department, the Police Department, and the American Legion, and all those who participated or attended the 9/11 ceremony on September 11th down at Byrne Park. Not only does it show we remember this important recent event in American history, but we do so with such class and reverence. Everybody just did a great job. It was quite an event, so thanks again. Then item 8 on the agenda is aldermanic requests. President Rosniak?
Anyone attending the Grafton meeting tomorrow night, be at City Hall, behind City Hall at 5:30 tomorrow night. And Erin, it's been a pleasure working with you short term. Hardly get to know you, and now you're leaving, so good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alderperson Curley?
Aaron, it's nice working with you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
That's it, Mayor.
Alderperson Walpole?
Similarly, it's been a pleasure meeting you and working with you, even in an abbreviated period.
Ditto.
Alderperson Garza?
I'd just like to say thanks, Aaron, for stepping up and joining us up here on the council. And hope you at least do something with us again sometime. Thanks.
Alderperson Turchi?
Yeah, I'll have to say it's always sad.
You have to repeat it
see
now.
Someone in our district leave. Seems like every once in a while we have that, so good luck to you in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Alderperson Webb?
Yeah, same comments. Thanks, Aaron. I think I've said this before, but I think it's really important for people to step up and get on the council, and you can complain or you can do something about it. And I think it's really important to get your voice heard and for people to volunteer and to make change in their community by offering their service. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Justin. Alderperson Kohler?
I'm starting to get a complex. No one likes to sit next to me.
I didn't want to say anything, but
That's all right.
There's no comment from me on that.
You're stuck that way. And I just want to wish you the best of luck. Thank you for your help and your the insight you brought into the council. It's been greatly appreciated, and I know you're going to move into a new home, and I wish you all the best in your new home with your children.
thanks. Appreciate it.
And Alderperson Wilk?
No, nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I would like. I first want to thank the city, Steve, all the city officials I met with. I didn't even get around to meeting with everyone yet, and I feel terrible about that. It's been a pleasure getting. I knew many of you beforehand, but it's been a real pleasure getting to know everyone and working on this body. I want to assure everyone this was not something I planned. This has been a very unplanned last-minute thing that was the best decision for me and my family, but I did not take it lightly. I'm sad to be leaving, and it's very likely you'll see me again in the future here, maybe sitting on that side, though, because it's a different district, so I don't know. And I just want to say two other things. I have always been an advocate and an involver and involved in the community. I was one of the founding members of the Pink Pumpkin Run, which is coming up here the first weekend in October. It's near and dear to my heart. My mom is a survivor. Many of the women on our current board are survivors. I'm not very involved with them right now because of time, because I'm a mom and over-involved. But those women give so much time and energy to it, and it's something as a city resident, as a current member of this body, we should be very proud of what the Pink Pumpkin Run brings to this community and how they bring people together. So I encourage everyone to come out the first Saturday in October, right downtown Hartford. It's happening here. It'll be Pink Pumpkin. It'll be fun. And secondly, I was also at a time, and still am to a very small level, involved with the mill, which John came and spoke about. But I just want to give kudos again to that organization that organized a really great Oktoberfest this past weekend, which I was not able to attend because I was packing a house. But I heard was really great and wonderful, and it's so fantastic to have involved residents who are helping to bring activities and family-friendly activities here to our community, so people don't have to leave, and so people want to come and join this community. So if you're listening and you're considering Hartford, Wisconsin, I would highly encourage moving here. And to anyone else who's interested in ever getting involved and not complaining and getting involved, it's been a pleasure serving with you, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So thank you.
Super. Thanks, Aaron. And then on to item 9, Standing Committee Reports, Finance and Personnel.
One item for discussion tonight, discussion and consideration approving a Class B intoxicating liquor license and Class B fermented malt beverage license to Lupita's Mexican Store LLC, doing business as Fast Taco by Lupita's Mexican Store, for the premises at 766 Grand Avenue. This is the grocery store across from Stop and Go in the strip mall. Shanna?
Yes, so they are taking over El Mercadito Meraz. We've received their paperwork and payment. They passed their background check, so we're recommending approval.
Any questions or comments? Not, back to you, Mayor.
All right. Any further discussion by council? If not, I'll look for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion
I'll second.
and second. Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Kohler, approving a Class B intoxicating liquor license and Class B fermented malt beverage license to Lupita's Mexican Store LLC, doing business as Fast Taco by Lupita's Mexican Store, for premises at 766 Grand Avenue.
All right. Any final questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, on to item 11, ordinances. The first reading of ordinance number 1518, an ordinance to amend section 42.04, the fees under chapter 42 of the municipal code entitled fees. Steve?
As soon as Shanna gives it to me, I'll handle it. So on an annual basis, we review all of our fees, fines, forfeitures, overall costs to the residents for any work done by the city that's specialized to them. So again, what you have in here is, again, a list of those items. And again, I'll remind you, in ordinances, the wording of all ordinances are covered in the first portion of the ordinance. At the end of it, in this situation, chapter 42, we have actually all the fees and actual costs. That gets updated on a regular basis when we find that, again, our fees, fines, forfeitures, or costs basically have gone out of the normal market rate. So before you is a laundry list of different fees in which we charge. Some of these are over time, they would be proposed to be changed, but most of these are going to be starting effective January 1st of 2026. So again, you can take a look at this, and the reason that we normally do this during the fall period of the year is because then we apply those expected additions to the budget as we prepare our annual budget for 2026 in this situation. So you have a copy of all those. If you have any questions on any one of them. Again, the Finance and Personnel Committee did review this just prior to this meeting and have approved with one change. Any questions?
I would just like to comment. I was present for the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting and heard the comment on the aggregate trailer rental. I guess I agree with the raising from $40 to $50. However, I think it's an important service we provide as the city to encourage residents to utilize that to get rid of their waste as opposed to have it sitting in their yard or some other place that they decide to dispose of it. When the city gets involved, it's disposed of properly, and it gives the residents a chance at a very reasonable rate to basically follow that example. So I wouldn't need to have raised it to $50, but I will go along with it. It's still a bargain at $50. So any further comment by council? Joe?
Just a quick question on the parade. You had parade went from 15 to $50. Is that per person or per entry, or is that just the entire?
It's the overall fee. So I
okay.
compared it with, I compared my fees that I changed with the Village of Germantown, Slinger, and West Bend, because they're just surrounding. And I changed it to 50 because the Village of Germantown was at 15, but they're smaller. Slinger was at 25, and West Bend was at 75. So I figured 50 would be, and it's been a while since we've changed
Yeah,
it.
no,
so,
I was just
yeah.
wondering if it was per.
No.
Yeah, so
Overall permits.
It'd be a great.
It used to be
rather than
called,
especially for Christmas
if
parade.
you remember, it used to be called a street closing permit fee. So again, everything that we have to go through to close the street. Now that we own Main Street, before it was a state highway, obviously, it's the fact of, having the guys come out there early in the morning, blockading it off. And then during a parade, we actually set up probably about 8 different people to come in on the 4th of July, Memorial Day, Christmas parade, to actually block off the adjoining roads. Obviously, after the situation that happened down in Waukesha, the amount of time we now spend to make our parade safe has multiplied 10 times. So again, that's a small fee for what we have to put into it.
Yeah, I was just curious on how it was distributed, not to, I wasn't questioning the cost, but just how it was distributed. So there's an overall parade administration fee, that's fine. I was wondering if it was every entry, so, nope, we're good, thank you.
You mentioned there was one exception that was made, or one change that was made in the committee. What was that change?
Yeah, so Dennis talked about, the mayor
that
talked
was-
about that, which was, again, the trailer.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Dean?
For suspension?
Have a motion for suspension?
Second.
And a second? Shanna?
Motion by Alderperson Curley, seconded by Alderperson Wilk, to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1518.
So again, this is for suspension, so that we can consider this for immediate adoption. Any final discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor of suspension?
Aye.
Opposed? We are suspended. Then, anything on the ordinance?
Motion to approve with the $50 change for the trailer.
We have a motion and a second.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Waldvogel for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1518 with amendment to the trailer rental fee to be $50.
All right, so we have a motion and a second on ordinance number 1518. Any final discussion or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ordinance passes. Second ordinance for consideration tonight, ordinance number 1519, an ordinance amending Chapter 42, Section 42.02, bonds of the municipal code regarding winter parking violation fees. And we have the captain.
Good evening. So we, as Steve said, had reviewed the fees and forfeitures that we issue through the city. We found that the winter parking forfeiture had not been changed in over 10 years. It reviewed the fees that are being charged by surrounding communities, again, Germantown, West Bend, Slinger, and found that it was more consistent to be $20, which would be a $5 increase for the initial. The second one we looked at was the, after 72 hours, if they do not pay, it's currently at 25, and so with that increase, to make sure, encourage prompt payment, we'll look to increase that to 30.
Good deal. All right, any further comment by council? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion.
Dennis? Do I need to move to suspend again?
If you'd like to consider this
Yes.
already.
I
Yeah.
move to-
Second. Oh, sorry.
Shanna,
Motion by Alderperson Waldvogel, second by Alderperson Wilk, to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1519.
and again, this is for suspension of the rules. Any final discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor of suspension?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are suspending of the rules. And then the ordinance.
For adoption.
Motion by Curley. And second by Alderperson Webb.
Motion by Alderperson Curley, seconded by Alderperson Webb for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1519.
All right, any final discussion or comments on this? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ordinance passes. Then we are on to item 12, City Administrator's Report, the overview of e-bike and e-scooter laws.
Yeah, so again, the members of the council had asked for us to come forward and talk about what are the laws and rules regarding the use of electric bicycles and scooters. And so I've asked Captain to come and talk more about, what is allowed and where it's allowed.
So included with your packet was just a real brief overview. State law identifies and defines the e-bikes and the scooters, and that's explained there. There's 3 different classes, depending on the speed that they can travel. There are, by state statute, no requirements for licenses, registration, or insurance. They are allowed on any roads, bike lanes, or shared spaces, shared paths, unless specifically restricted by municipal ordinance. And the same thing applies for scooters, no needs for license plates or registration, and they're allowed to use sidewalks in the city unless we restrict it. So currently, there is municipal ordinance related to that, which restricts the operation of bicycles and play vehicles in the downtown district, which runs from Rural Street east to just past Park, or into Park Avenue, to Centennial Park. So that will restrict use on the sidewalks. There are no other restrictions, though, in the community as far as use on the sidewalks or the roadways. And that would have to be, if you need to change that, that would have to be ordinance change.
So obviously, this was requested by Alderperson Waldvogel. Dean?
Does this also apply to hoverboards and powered skateboards? I had a guy come up to the house one night, he was selling something, but he drove up the driveway on a hoverboard.
As they would most likely be identified as play vehicles, I would say yes. That would apply to them as well.
So they can use it just like a bicycle.
Okay.
Did you have any comment, Jim?
Just a follow-up question, not maybe specifically on this, but is there an ordinance for regular pedal bicycles to have a registration with the city? And I think that's more of a theft recovery, but I didn't know if that was still in place or not.
It is. There is a requirement that bicycles be licensed in the city. It's a nominal, like $4 fee.
Okay.
And
Does
then
does that apply to e-bikes as well? Okay.
Yes, it
Thank
would
you.
apply.
And what about the electric scooters that are running around now? They're same thing?
So they, to my understanding of the statutes, are not allowed to operate on the roadway. They're allowed to operate on the sidewalks. with the same requirements of bikes that they yield way to pedestrians.
Okay. I serve on the board for the bid district for downtown. The number one complaint of all the merchants downtown is the scooters, the skateboards, the bicycles that are tearing past their doors. And one of these days, somebody's going to step out and get nailed by a scooter, a skateboard, a bicycle, whatever the case may be. So we have signs all over downtown, but nobody pays any attention to those signs. So keep that in mind.
That sounds like a really good article for the Daily News.
Well done, Steve.
All right, did you, Joe? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just with the scooters, and that's one thing that I've seen a lot where the two-wheel scooters are motorized or whatever, and these guys are flying around on the streets. I can tell you right now, Rossman Street's heavily used by a certain family that I know very well. But the biggest thing comes down to is, I've received an email, and I think a lot of the people, and at least everybody in District 1 received an email talking about the ATVs and the driving of ATVs on the roadways. There's no age, so on and so forth, and it's a limited, and the chief did a great job by addressing that. But what's not being addressed now is now you have these kids, and you have kids just driving and driving these scooters on the middle of the roads down the street like they own the place, and I could see when we passed the ATVs, it's just like it just opened up Pandora's box for anything going on the roads, and that's not what we wanted to do in Hartford. And I think we really need to crack down on it says right here they're not allowed on the downtown sidewalks. They're not. But what's happening and who's getting busted and how do we patrol that, right?
Certainly.
And so that's just and before someone gets hurt. Now, hopefully another month and a half, 2 months, it's going to be cold, and they'll be putting those things away for a couple months. We'll be set, and then we'll be talking about the parking ordinance or something like that. But it really does need to be addressed. It's getting carried away, and I've had a couple people tell me about some situations with scooters downtown on the highway, right there on 60 and Main Street, flipping off truck drivers as they misobeyed the traffic signals. So again, I think we need to really, as a city, as a police force, and as a community, understand what we need to do, and we got to do something to kind of calm this stuff down. It's just going to get carried away to it's going to be the point where we're not going to allow any in the city, and if that's a motion I'll have to pass, I definitely will.
I, as a scooter owner, I completely agree with the existing restrictions in the downtown district. I think there's absolutely risks there for all the reasons that people said, like door opening, smashing people. And I think we just don't want those vehicles down in that area. We want pedestrians to have a nice experience when they're walking around in downtown Hartford. But I guess I take a different position on if you're riding an e-bike or a scooter and you're doing so responsibly in the places that you're supposed to do them. I think we also want kids and adults to enjoy those tools for sort of personal freedom. So I think whatever rules we make should be responsible and focus on individual responsibility and the use of those vehicles, and not necessarily a lot of prophylactic restrictions. That's my personal opinion. I think it all kind of comes down to personal responsibility, and we should definitely enforce the rules if we do have them in the downtown area. I 100% agree on that.
I just want to clarify, when I talk about scooters, I'm not talking about the little the middle ones you sit on and actually have a seat and stuff like that. The scooters I'm talking about are the ones that kids are standing on with the handlebars like this. Not I don't know what scooter you own, but that's the scooters I'm thinking of, not more the bicycle or more than a bicycle, but a more motorbike type of thing. I'm talking about the stand-up scooters.
And I'm assuming the ones with the motors.
Yeah, the ones with the motors, yes, exactly.
Right.
Aaron?
It sounds like this will be a future issue that I won't get to give any 2 cents on, so I'll do it now.
Your last call.
The downtown thing is really interesting to me, and I think that's the biggest beef most people have. I think there's some annoying ones around town that's a different, I don't know, that's tough because the ATVs are loud, so that's a noise issue anyways. But the downtown thing is interesting, and especially with the Mill Pond being here, and we've got the Rubicon River Trail where we're encouraging people to come out and be on bikes or be on scooters and be around. I almost feel like at the downtown junctions or like the main entrances to it, we need to have like some kind of bike stand or something with bigger signage and like, leave your bike here, you're entering downtown. Like, not even like walking it down the street, like leave it at this juncture, walk where you need to. If you want to go to Scoop DeVille, leave your bike, go to Scoop DeVille, come back for it. And I don't know what that costs. I don't know what the logistics are of it, but I feel as though the signage, I have ridden my bike down here on the path, and I'm probably guilty that I've driven it on a sidewalk and not known. Sorry. But I feel like someone said it, like the signs are there and we're not seeing them. So I think maybe something else that would draw a little more attention, and if there was also a spot for them to leave it, I think that would be then this marriage of get out and use your bike and use our beautiful parks and our trails, because we want that, and also protect downtown for what it's meant to be for businesses and pedestrians. So just food for thought.
And Captain, I guess I have a question for you. I mean, this is a newer, these are newer vehicles and newer toys or whatever you want to call them. Is there special training that you guys had to go through or is available to you to enforce these types of things because it is a different type of vehicle?
That I know of right now, there isn't anything specific. Typically, our enforcement, when we were dealing solely with pedal-powered bicycles, was foot patrol downtown. And that is certainly a viable option for our enforcement of it now. As far as specific training for it, there isn't anything that I know of.
Okay, because it just seems like if a officer's on foot patrol and this guy's on a scooter that really goes, well, he's going to be gone.
Right.
So I guess maybe that's something else we should look into is how we would go about enforcing, especially if we want to enforce it in the downtown area.
We had at one time a bicycle patrol out of the police department. Is that still active, or are the bikes still around? And
So we're actually right now in the process of looking at options for e-bikes, just because of kind of this discussion. So we do currently have pedal-powered bikes, which are getting on in age. We're looking at a partnership with Festival. We've just started the application process for it, but that is the direction we're going to be going, is e-bikes. And there is specific training for officers to patrol on bicycle, not specifically for enforcement of those other violations, but so we are pursuing that.
just laying out a path that you can drive through downtown and the parking lots and swing around. People see you, and maybe they'll slow down or behave themselves.
All right. Tony?
If you do get an e-bike for the police, just make sure they go faster than the other bikes. Like 10 miles, you know.
All right. Anything else? And there's no action on this tonight, Steve, correct? This was just informational. Thank you, everybody, for your input on this. I think, obviously, this is a subject that has come before us, and I think will stay before us. So we appreciate any assistance and enforcement you can have on this. So, all right. So our last item on the agenda is adjournment. We have a motion,
I'll move.
a second, and a second.
Motion by Alderperson Wilk, seconded by Alderperson Waldvogel to adjourn at 7:33 PM.
Any final comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned.